Thank you to Acorns and Liquid IV for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
What is happening there, citizens of the Reject Nation? We are here to continue the epic series, which is Invincible, Season 3, Episode 4. Of course, before we get into any of the fun this show has to offer, I want to ask Aaron, not how are you doing, how are you feeling right now before we watch this?
I am feeling good for the most part. A little sad on the personal life side. I was supposed to go out of town tomorrow, but that trip was canceled. But in the immediacy of the moment, I'm feeling good. We just reacted together to a show that's really great, and I am excited to watch another really great show because I'm really enjoying this. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Get into these parts, learning how to calm my thoughts down. I get racing thoughts quite easily when there's a barrage of messages and stuff. So right before filming, I was like, Aaron, take a timer. You can just talk to me whatever you want. I'm just gonna breathe for 90 seconds with my eyes closed. And I do. I don't know if it's a biohack or not, or whatever the heck people will call it, but I'm trying to learn how to just slow down my thoughts beforehand, or else I get a little too anxiety, and that it dictates the rest of my night and day. So yeah, and I feel like we're gonna settle into a show, especially after watching another animated one. I think it's easier for my mind to compare right away, or feel like I'm in the zone of that animated show and not this animated one. So it just helps for a good reset. So I'm resetted. Thanks for asking. With that in mind, you know what to do, people. The usual, which helps out this video. Leave a like. Thank you for doing that. So where's your? Did you not bring it?
What in here?
Oh shit!
I have two. Ring that bell so you can get notified every time a new video is coming out.
And Prepper, I hope you have fun editing that. And also, hey, full-length reaction watch-alongs for you to sync up with your own copy of Invincible. Man, there's a time code included. And that's for our patrons, our super sexy rejects. We also cover several things over there exclusively with watch-alongs and highlights included. Ladies and gentlemen, Omni Kid.
I'm not leaving here without you, and I'm never leaving. Can we just talk about this before we, well, that sucked. You're alive? This is progress. You care about me.
Are we going to get an actual Omni-Man episode?
I think the bad guys. You killed them.
That's right.
What a time.
You wanted to come, Rex.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten how boring this is.
Shopping is boring.
We need groceries. No one's gonna cook for us anymore.
He's going to open it in the store, brother?
What did you guys do before, back on Teen Team?
I stole Robot's credit card number, and I lived off delivery pizza, ramen noodles, and black coffee.
My man.
The life.
Oh, what about you?
My parents had me on an engineered diet since before I could eat solid food. Weird that a girl who could shrink had to watch her weight.
Oh, okay, we're dealing with this.
It's interesting because Gen V has their shrinking character who deals with that.
Yeah, what are the odds?
I bet Robot's credit card still works.
I want to make dinner, Rex. You can either help, or you can, I don't know, go do something else.
I should really trick her, huh?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be there to be supportive. Be supportive.
Add some levity back to her life.
Parmesan cheese. I like cheese. How about I'm in charge of that, okay?
Uh-oh. Need some crime going on?
Could just be a bus.
I got it covered.
Ooh.
Yeesh. Yep.
Someone just signed up for an ass kicking. Come on, Ray.
I like it was this season. I'm like, oh yeah, he's kind of like Gambit. Because before he had his own devices, but now he can just explode anything.
That is true. I wonder what's going to become of that relationship.
Love.
Fascinating.
I'm glad you're impressed.
He totally does look like Nightwing, and that's it.
It was spying on me at my house.
So someone knows who you really are and where you live?
They know about my family, too. Hey, Rudy, wouldn't this go faster with your undivided attention?
Whoa. What happened to you two? Don't ask. By the way, we're ordering pizza for dinner.
This is awkward.
Are we too weird sometimes? Should we just be more normal?
What are you talking about? This is too damaged to ascertain who built it or who was controlling it.
Such a strange tension to all this lately.
It's of Earth origin, and it's extremely sophisticated. That's all.
But it's from this Earth's origin.
Whoever made this has significant resources at their disposal.
Significant resources, huh?
Wonder who.
Tell me you're not about to do what I think you're about to do.
You call Cecil?
I don't think it's Cecil. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He just went there.
Yeah. Who else would have significant resources?
God, he's becoming more of a threat than Omni-Man to this department, dude.
Yeah, all the resentment towards the Annie-Men.
Yeah, smart to install it in the walls.
What are you doing here, Mark? Other than costing taxpayers millions of dollars and assaulting a government institution.
You know exactly why I'm here.
Do me a favor and pretend I don't.
I love how they're versing each other.
You're spying on us again.
Whatever that thing is, it's not ours. If we wanted to spy on you, you'd never know it.
Yeah.
Maybe think about that the next time you decide to punch your way into the Pentagon.
I mean, he had a giant thing in his head the whole time he didn't know. Then I could use your help. Please.
This is not over.
Well, that was a terrifying way to start my morning.
I love the way he expresses when he's afraid of some shit.
We hope to hell that doesn't happen. Besides, it's the truth.
But we are spying on the Graysons.
Yeah, but not with this Donald. And I'd really like to know who is.
Good question.
That's why I looked at him. That was a smart way. It's like, we are spying on him, but that's not our thing. We're spying on him.
Damn, everybody got their eyes.
He's got the dog on his wallpaper.
He did before, too.
I forgot about that.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, it's the same one they went
Oh,
to.
now this is actual France.
Yeah, Omni-Man and Debbie went here.
I thought this would be weird. Not just a date, but like a date. But the weird thing is...
It's not.
That it isn't weird?
Yes.
It's as it always should have been.
Did I?
No, man. Look to your left.
Please tell me that's not a glowing portal opening up next to our table.
You have no idea how much I wish I could say that.
Talk, you're strange. These guys.
It worked! We found him!
Seriously?
Invincible, you have to come with us right now. There's no time to explain.
Oh.
Maybe they're the multiversal people.
That's what I'm thinking.
They stole the Declaration of Independence when I was busy saving Rex.
Oh, you remember us. I'm Dropkick, and that's Fight Master.
You guys should be in prison.
We had a good reason to steal the Declaration. Millions of lives were at stake. They still are. We're from the future.
There it is. They are time travelers.
Called
again.
it, yeah.
We need you to help us overthrow our king. We saw you before. We realized all the stories were true.
How far into the future?
If it's a time machine, can't you come back later or earlier?
No, later.
We only have enough power for this last trip. You have no idea how many people died to make it happen.
Oh, my God.
And how is he going to get back?
I'm not going to the future with you. You're lucky we're on a date, or I'd be taking you both to prison.
Maybe you're not the hero we thought you were.
Guess not.
Oh, Amber. Go convince him. Not Amber. I'm just so used to saying that with Mark.
Different girls in the brain.
Are you sure about this?
She looks like an Amber. All right. Oh, no.
Wow,
You
okay.
kidnapped him.
Damn. He's got no choice now. But does he have his suit with him?
Where the hell did you take me?
We told you! The future!
Take me back.
They had a the power.
We'll prove we're the good guys. And if you help us, we'll give you back the Declaration of Independence.
Why did you need the Declaration of Independence, though? For the future.
Such a specific old document.
I would love it if it's just Donald Trump.
Okay, he just has to suit with him.
All the time.
That's what I was saying.
You're already on thin ice, buddy. Where can I stash my clothes? Hey,
What?
He used the time travel device.
why'd I look so miserable?
With time travel, it's best not to ask those kind of questions.
Oh, here we go.
Interesting.
What happened here?
War, centuries of it. Us versus him.
Us versus
Oh,
who?
Titan?
Oh, maybe.
They think we're the king's spies. They can't break curfew. You're allowed to go out to your work camp or attend a public execution. Centuries ago, the planet was on the brink of collapse. Then one man was made ruler of Earth.
Oh, shit.
He ruled well for a while.
Oh, my God. Is it a Viltrumite?
Then something changed. We don't know what happened exactly. It was before our time.
He was a benevolent one, and then...
He went mad.
What brilliant
Mad
art.
King.
Brilliant art. Damn.
Began with new laws, mandatory work camps, prison for dissenters.
Yikes.
These shadows are so cool.
Senseless wars for no reason. Automatic factories churning out his royal guards.
It's like they're already dead or something.
When he personally took 10 cities off the map for resisting.
Damn.
That's when the rebellion was born.
Maybe he's the Viltrumite who was with Alan.
He was too strong.
I get why you would think that, yeah, because
He's
the
got
beard.
the beard and all that, yeah.
We even built a time machine so we could look for solutions in the past. There was a legend that ink from the Declaration of Independence could make a poison to kill him.
What?
That didn't work either.
That's so specific.
Then we saw you, and we realized you could be the one to save us.
Is it Omni-Man coming back, or?
Your king is super strong and has ruled for hundreds of years?
Yes.
Is he a Viltrumite?
Logical question.
We don't know what that is.
Maybe it's him. Maybe it's old him.
Okay. How can I help?
Ooh. That'd be scary.
Make some noise!
He said, why do I look so miserable?
Halt, citizen! You are in violation of the king's curfew and subject to immediate imprisonment and/or execution.
These are normal robots, right? They're not like sentient or something?
Then to kill them.
No, there's millions of them. But before you...
Plow through them.
Mark is always punch first, ask questions later.
Man, they're not tough, but there's millions. It's gonna take a while.
We actually want to be captured. It's the fastest way to see the king.
Oh, well, you should have said that. Also, what's the king's name?
Mark. King Grayson.
Yeah, it's got to be. They keep obscuring it, right? Yeah.
Invincible, we've been waiting for you.
Oh.
I think you're right. Or it's Oliver.
Oh, if it's Oliver, that's crazy.
Until you know how it was built, he didn't use robots.
He used people. That's what he's saying.
The king took our mother when we were 8. We never saw her again. We grew up in the work camps. That's why we joined the rebellion. And why we risked everything to bring you here.
I think Oliver would be more compelling, yeah. I'm kind of hoping it's Oliver.
You will see the king now.
What's gonna happen to them?
Execution.
I don't think so. No!
Actually, both would be
Stop the
interesting, whichever they do.
I mean, if you save this, but then they would still be dead though in their present timeline, huh? Hey, if it's Oliver, then it is that kill Hitler theory, right? Assuming it is Oliver.
Yeah, but then if it's him, it speaks to that whole thing about him fearing that he's going to be his dad.
Or it's just a guy.
Just somebody we've never met before.
Yeah.
Okay, asshole. Whoever you are, it's over.
Immortal?
Oh, what? Why?
Immortal?
Only one man alive knows me by that name. Is it really you?
Oh, Kate must have died. Whoa. I mean, that makes sense.
It does.
Why
yeah.
he'd still be alive for hundreds of years.
You finally came. It's been so many years since you left with your family. I wasn't sure I'd recognize you.
Oh.
I am not the same Mark you know.
You look thin. Have you been sick again? I thought they found a cure for you.
This isn't about me.
Oh. We're alluding to a lot of shit right now.
Are you hurting people?
You left me no choice.
What?
It was the only way to bring you back.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a Viltrumite. You shouldn't have left me in charge. You're the Emperor.
Whoa.
What are we saying right now?
I left you to rule?
Don't act like you don't remember.
Oh, you're mad. Mad King.
I was tired, ready to move on. I told you that, but you said I was the only one you trusted.
Poor Kay. Just start from the beginning.
The man you remember is dead, but I didn't receive that privilege.
Is this about Kate?
This dude's so broken.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Did she die?
Kate.
He's heard that name in years.
Don't know that name.
Ooh, you forgot her.
Is that the red-haired woman you...
No, not Eve. Kate.
Wow, she died hundreds of years ago.
You just got engaged. In the past.
I've had hundreds of wives. I've outlived everyone I've ever loved.
Oh my God, he is so miserable.
Do you know what that does to a man?
Breaks you of loss and hurt.
You need to repay the debt you owe me, whether you want to or not. That's why I set all this in motion.
It's for you to take over?
What do you want me to do?
End my torment.
I can't. I can't stay here.
Oh, he wants him to kill him.
That's not what I meant.
This is so weird.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not expected to go here. We're just leading.
Oof. Damn, they kicked those robots' asses.
Kill me. I'm a mere husk of who I was. Be merciful. End my suffering and the suffering of this planet.
That consistent breaking in his voice.
Kill me, and the power will return to the people. It's the only way for humanity to rise again.
He still kind of looks like Vegeta. If you've ever seen any Dragon Ball Z. At least the pants and the shoes do.
Maybe the me that you know would kill you, but I don't do that.
You made me into this monster. How many more must die because of your mistake?
You're really blaming him for everything.
Yeah, and what's happened to a point where you kind of look up to Invincible?
I know it's so much vagary. Yeah.
You will kill me, whether you want to or not.
Ooh.
Let me help you.
I've fallen for your lies before, but some things can only end in death. We were friends once. Do this for me.
I need more context.
Yeah, there's so much missing as far as what we know.
It's working.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's working. Y'all put this into motion?
Damn, how'd you dodge him?
Stop! There's only one way to stop me. One way to end this forever.
All the times we've seen Immortal killed.
One way to save them and get everyone out.
Tragedy of
I
being
wonder where
immortal.
this is going. Like, I understand how it's going to serve Mark's arc and not wanting to be a killer, but there's usually some larger thing that happens as the cause and effect of the things that happen on this show. It was that easy.
He just went for it.
Yes.
Literally beheaded a king.
I didn't know it was going to be like that, but thank you.
Like it was a casual favor.
Don't thank me. Please don't thank me for that.
It's what he wanted.
So? That's not a reason to kill someone.
He hurt a lot of people.
It sounds like way more than a lot.
He's dead, okay? Just shut up. You gotta keep all his parts separated, or he'll just come back.
What happens now? Are you guys going to be in servitude to him because he killed them?
The king is dead. His reign is over. Authority is now transferred to the people.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Why was he trapped in that position?
Because it seems like future Mark left him there to rule.
But why did he need a rule? There's so many questions.
It's been a long time coming. There's just one more thing you need to do.
I'm going to guess that he had some...
Where can I stash my clothes? Hey.
Whoa.
Got him? Okay.
Yeah.
How did you... It really was time travel. Did they actually need your help?
Oh. He's so changed.
Eve, am I a good person?
He goes right back here and he's just like totally different guy.
Wow, it's been like 2 seconds for her.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw the Immortal. He'd lived too long. He killed people.
Oh, he can actually be honest with her and open up.
Yeah.
I had to stop him forever.
Oh my God.
He wanted to, and it was all my fault. I left him in charge of the world. I messed everything up, Eve.
He didn't know how to wield the power of being in charge. So he became a tyrant.
Do you remember how we said the future version of me wasn't me? Well, the future version of you isn't you either.
Oh, she's the only one that can understand.
Yeah.
I still killed him.
He still has the experience.
Yeah, but it sounds like he was ready to go. I know that doesn't solve this, but we will get through it.
Yeah, this isn't the same thing as Angstrom Levy.
If you ever turn into a giant world-conquering, I will kick your ass until you're back in line, okay? You promised to do the same for me.
Deal.
We should get out of here.
Make love on top of the Eiffel Tower.
Is that what I think it is?
A Declaration of Independence. That's pretty cool.
Love this.
Look at the dating life they could have. He was so held back by his Homo sapien girlfriend.
I mean, she's technically Homo sapien too.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. She's not an ant like the rest of them.
She's all powerful. Still human, but this is great. I'm happy that Mark gets to have this.
Way too much done on the first date.
Flashback. Remember the first time we flew together? Good times. All our waterfall talks.
Look at him getting to have a good life experience.
They're going to make super love, Greg.
All right, I'll admit it, and maybe you guys have noticed, during the holidays, I let myself go a little bit. I put on some weight, and for the past 10 days, I have successfully been in a caloric deficit. This whole new eating regimen, so staying extra hydrated has been quite crucial for me lately. So while I've been drinking tons of water, I've also been incorporating today's sponsor, again, a product I have already been using since before we partnered with them, Liquid IV. So here's why I've been leaning on their sugar-free hydration multiplier. One stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. It's powered by their LIV Hydra Science formula, which delivers 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, packed with essential vitamins like B12 and vitamin C, giving me that extra boost to support recovery and energy levels. And the flavors, honestly, they're incredible. Sometimes I just mix them with my protein shakes, or I just drink them on their own. Every one I've tried is refreshing, smooth, and doesn't have that overly sweet aftertaste you get with some other products. All in all, I'm very grateful for Liquid IV. Again, I've already been using their product. While this is, yes, an agreed upon endorsement, I was like, well, it's a no-brainer to endorse them, considering how much benefits I feel when I use their product. It's made staying hydrated so much easier. So whether you're working out or cutting calories or just pushing through a busy day and don't want to take caffeine, it's one of the quickest, simplest ways to give your body what it needs to feel its best. So like, even if you're not on a strict diet or intense workout plan, staying properly hydrated supports energy levels, focus, and just overall wellness. I mean, let's face it, we could all use a little bit more balance in our lives. So if you've been thinking about trying it, or even if you haven't, take this as a sign. The fact that you made it this far, take it as a sign. Head to liquidiv.com and use code REJECTS for 20% off your first order. That's 20% off when you use code REJECTS at liquidiv.com. Give it a try. It made such a difference for me, and I think it will for you too. Thank you again, Liquid IV. Yeah, he was so instinctual when he saw her.
This is dumb and way too soon, but...
Don't say I love you.
Say it.
I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Totally does.
I don't know if it's dumb or not, but I love you too.
Oh, my heart.
I think they loved each other way before this.
They did.
Every time he made love to Amber.
Wow.
It's not over. It's doing that thing Invincible does. We're just going to be like 15 more minutes of show.
Oh. Good for you guys.
So, dear audience.
We're going back to Alan?
Yes.
At this very moment, light years away, Alan the alien sits in a Viltrumite prison cell.
Making love to Omni-Man.
These walls cannot hold him. Alan the alien has grown very strong indeed, but still he waits, because Alan the alien has a plan.
Goodbye, my friend.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
Alan the alien locked down, but not out. It wasn't too late for Nolan to fix his mistakes, but Nolan's answer was always the same.
No.
2 very different overlapping montages.
Alan's discussions with Nolan were interrupted periodically by his captor's attempts to execute him.
Viltrumite goons.
After that, his executions were put on hold.
Soon my executioners will arrive. Let's break out of here before that happens. I betrayed my family. Oh my God, this again. I abandoned my son. Why did they not use a big police?
I was wondering how repetitive this was.
They had reached an impasse, and Alan and Nolan waited for their death to arrive.
It's starting to sound like The Watcher.
Jeffrey Wright, is that you?
Oh.
I thought you'd forgotten about me.
We never forget our duty. It's a shame we can't say the same for you.
Always having a dig.
And with that, dear audience, we rejoin Alan the alien as he risks everything to save a former enemy and brand new friend.
Oh, here we go.
You abandon your mission to subjugate Earth. Desertion. Unapproved breeding with an inferior species.
Ew.
Gross.
May you die with more dignity than you lived.
Crap, I thought I'd have more time.
Oh, hey guys.
These guys are nothing.
Why should I have all the fun?
Ooh, what cameos are we going to get now? That looks straight up like a Star Wars character.
Ooh, woof. Jesus.
Get it out! We can do this! Go! Go! I believe in you! Go!
They're all going to die.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, the big one.
From the thing before.
Hi! I don't know who's in there, but there is a party going on outside. Do you want to bring the punch?
I think it is, yeah.
Who possesses the courage to dare free Battle Beast?
That would be me, Sir Beast.
Sir Beast?
I mean, Battle Beast is a pretty tough warrior.
Will there be opponents worthy of my strength?
Absolutely, yes.
Viltrumites?
Oh, man, yes. We definitely got them.
You're running out of time.
Come on.
You need to speed this up.
All of them.
We all know the stories of the great Nolan. The wars, the triumphs, the civilizations you conquered. What sickness could have changed you so?
Love.
Maybe it was in him all along. We should investigate his lineage in case the rot goes deeper.
You guys are like one sentence away from saying the wrong thing to make Nolan rebel.
Let's go kill your wife.
Was your betrayal worth death?
Yes.
Mm.
And I'm sad you'll never understand.
He's still... Ooh.
That was a good cut. That was great. Woo! Brutal.
You promised me Viltrumites.
Jeez.
These creatures offer me no challenge whatsoever. You promised me a glorious battle, yet the only worthy opponent I see here is you.
Hello? Let's just, how about we just calm down?
You do not want this guy on your team.
Wait!
Oh my God, Nolan, change your mind.
Oh, man, you look terrible. Did you guys do this? That's not very nice.
Viltrumites, at long last, my thirst for battle can be satiated.
He looks so over.
Long have I waited for such a worthy challenge.
What if they just kill him like it's
I was
nothing?
just thinking that.
And if this conflict brings about the end of my life, I will savor it all the more.
I'm trying to think of what character he reminds me of. He just cares about the battle. Like, part of me saying Craven, but I don't know if
my
that's
God,
quite
he's
right.
holding his own.
So you're the special Unopin.
I mean, I don't like to brag.
Look at him. Oh my God, yeah. It's cathartic. Oh, come on, Alan. You're letting me down.
Ouch.
Oh my God. Oh shit, Nolan. The protector is gonna come out.
You're not so special.
This guy's been so nice to Nolan.
Come on, Nolan.
Your execution, Nolan. Looks like I'm going first.
I think Alan's intentionally letting this happen, man.
Part of me thinks that too. Come on, you got this.
Oh my God, he's a total hero now. Oh, not a full-on hero, but you know. Get away from him, you bitch!
Hair.
Good to see you, man. You trim your mustache? Did you style your mustache? Get up.
Did you style your mustache? Ooh, let's
whoa.
go.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a totally different kind of fight scene with him.
This is awesome.
Oh,
Ooh,
classic.
brutal.
Classic.
I knew you had it in you. Shit, I hate these guys.
They don't seem threatening.
They're like ants to them. Cool.
Can he breathe?
I do not think so.
Nope.
No.
Okay. At least it sealed the hole. Okay. Come on, Battle Beast.
You think Battle Beast can survive in space? Probably, right?
There's some like weird weight to the episode that's kind of missing.
Yeah, we can talk more about it, but yeah, this is not my favorite episode thus far. I don't think Battle Beast can fly. Ay.
Damn, this one Viltrumite's a really hard guy to kill.
Yeah, imagine there's no sound in space. Yeah, there's nothing for the sound to bounce off of and all that vastness. Nice! Oh!
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty dope.
To go from the double punch you had with that Viltrumite then to double punch as a teamwork.
He could have killed you. You needed the motivation.
You're a good guy, Alan.
If you don't want to betray your people, even though they are psychopathic murderers, I just didn't want to watch you die. We did time together in the big house. That makes us friends now. No Viltrumite would do such a thing for another.
Yeah.
I mean, you would for Debbie and Mark and that purple kid you told me about. And for me, apparently, just now. Because you did.
Actions speak louder than words.
We all need to skedaddle before Planet Punch sends reinforcements. No one's coming. They'll know what happened, but they won't come.
Why?
Yeah.
There are fewer than 50 pure-blooded Viltrumites left in the universe.
Oh, interesting.
This is the Empire's most closely guarded secret.
Wow.
It's also why we can beat them.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, the last few minutes of this have been pretty cool.
Nolan and Alan finally free and ready to join the war against Viltrum. We turn our attention back to the Grayson household.
We still haven't addressed the Oliver stuff.
Mark? Are you home?
Hey, Mom. What's up?
I thought I heard something. Why is your door locked?
Don't worry about that, Mom.
Why don't you just fly away?
I'm not dressed.
Okay, well, have a good night.
Good night.
Is she gone? What was that?
Nothing, Mom.
She could also soundproof the room if she wanted.
We gotta get her own place.
Aww.
Interesting. They did the Oliver thing in the recap, but he wasn't even in the episode.
Well, we need to know what happened.
With what?
What most recent events were. Well, why he went to Cecil.
But usually the recaps show you the most relevant information.
You're just a hater.
I am.
You're just
I don't like
negative
the
to
show.
be negative.
Hate the show.
Reject Nation, how are you feeling? I've been thinking a lot about feelings lately, maybe because it's New Year's, and New Year's resolutions, they can be tough to stick to, don't you know? I can't count how many times I've set a goal only to let it fizzle out by February. But what if some of those goals could be made automatic? You just need a good transition to talk about it. And you know what? I'm excited to talk about it. And it's today's sponsor, Acorns. Why I'm excited? Because I personally use Acorns myself, so it's exciting just to share it with all of you. Because they make it incredibly easy to start automatically saving and investing so your money has a chance to grow. You know, you've always heard that forever. Have your money work for you, and this is a great opportunity to do it. Here's what was told to me before I signed up, and I found it to be absolutely true. Number one, you don't need to be an expert. They recommend a diverse portfolio that fits your goals. You don't need a ton of money. You can start investing with as little as $5 or whatever spare change you got, and it's quick. You can set up your account and start investing in like 5 minutes. Because if you're anything like me, investing always felt intimidating. Felt like it was exclusive for like the people who read Rich Dad Poor Dad when they were like 2 years old. But Acorns, they made it simple, and it is pretty cool, like relief feeling how every month I get to check out my Acorns account, watch it grow for a better financial future. It's pretty awesome. So I've seen firsthand how powerful it can be. And there's also another reject here. Won't say who it is, but it's one of the two women. Good clue. Where they were telling me a story before I signed up for Acorns, how one time it actually got them out of a very big financial bind, and that always stuck with me because it's a reminder that small actions we take today can make a huge difference down the line. If you've been thinking about getting started with investing, or you just know you gotta get it going, here's your sign right now. You head to acorns.com/rejects or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Once again, acorns.com/rejects. Supporting them supports the channel, but more importantly, it supports your bank account. Because of the subject matter, there's one thing I gotta say. Paid no client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisor LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/rejects. Thank you again, Acorns, for sponsoring this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we just watched Invincible Season 3 episode. Jolo Baratuena. He played Dropkick.
Oh, no way. And Fight Master. He played both of them. Cool.
Oh, yeah, they're twins. That makes sense. Oh, Jay Farrow's bulletproof? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just watched the show. We just watched Jolo Baratuena is Invincible. We just watched the episode television. which was 2 episodes for the price of 1. And I think there's a bit, from what I'm feeling, I think we're feeling empathetic towards one another here. Mm-hmm. I think there's a bit of like a mixed bag here, you know?
Yeah. So it's definitely, I think, the weakest episode of the season thus far, possibly of the entire show. But I think there's still fun to be had. I think largely it felt maybe inconsequential. Like it didn't propel us further a whole ton. Like we already know where Mark's struggles are in relation to his feelings about him being a hero and killing, and we already kind of got a sense that him and Eve were going in a direction. They understood each other, and a lot of the recap stuff with Omni-Man and Alan, we kind of already got the sense that he was trying to get him to be on his side. And then so the only real development that happened is that Nolan's with the cause now, and maybe the stuff with the dropkick and Fight Master will come back, because it's just maybe it's like a setup thing for something later down the line. But
it's gotta be
only this. Yeah, this felt largely like setup rather than a consequential chapter in furthering the story.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be a little bit more on the like. I'm definitely like I like the episode. I actually did, but
it's fun.
I have my disappointments with impact, is what I would say. Sure. I think usually the episode, the show is like so impactful emotionally, especially after the highs of episodes 2 and 3, and then to have and I did notice that once we got to the big breakout moment of the Viltrumite prison and stuff, I was like, I really feel like I should be feeling more, especially with this development in the plot of the show, that I wish I was more like emotionally swinging with it. They did this motif last season, right? Where, I mean, they went to the Alan story earlier, so you were able to spend more time in the Alan story, and it just kind of felt a little bit like they're making fun of the fact that it's a recap, but a lot of it is just kind of a recap and repetitive, and then it goes through kind of the perfunctory beat we expected to go through for your like action adventure story. And like, don't get me wrong, like those last few minutes I thought were really exciting. I like the plot information too of about the Viltrumites and how there's only 50 purebloods left, because you're under the impression that it's like a kingdom of so many of them, way more than 50. But 50 seems like a number you can work with in some capacity. And I was actually into the time travel plot when it first presented itself.
Yeah, it was interesting. At first, like the setup was interesting. I think the consequences of what that means and the immediacy of it don't ring like it furthered Mark's development. I think it just speaks to the overall.
Didn't feel fresh.
No, it didn't feel fresh. And it's weird because this is episode 4. So yeah, we're also watching Spider-Man at the same time, and it's weird that Spider-Man's episodes are shorter, but they feel more like impactful. And this one kind of felt like it breezed by, even though it's longer.
This is exactly what I was worried about before we filmed.
Really?
That's why I said in the intro. I was like, not because I think like my mindset was primed for watching Spider-Man,
but Invincible normally feels full though when we're watching it.
Yeah. I don't know, the way the sentence you just said made it sound like that's your general sentiment of Invincible. That's why. Yeah, not just this episode. That's why I was saying that. No, yeah, I normally don't feel this. I think Invincible is it's one of my favorite shows of all time. So yeah, when it did get to the stuff with Immortal, I was like, okay, interesting. Maybe we like. Part of me is wondering if we did with our own, but I feel like the show wanted you to theorize that it's a Viltrumite. I feel like the show wanted you to make you go, is it my God, so sorry guys.
Is it
Mark? Is it Oliver? I think the show was intentionally doing that. Like, is it a Viltrumite? They're keeping him obscured. Like the way they were setting up these lines of dialogues, like messing with audiences' expectations. And there's this thing with Immortal where I'm not even fully there with him, like in terms of feeling truly connected with the character Immortal. Yeah. I like Immortal. But sometimes it does feel like there's this extra emphasis placed on him where I always feel like with this show, I'm just getting to know Immortal. I feel like I'm always just getting to know Immortal, and I'm never quite there. So to do this leap where I felt like we were going to get something really compelling, it was shrouded in a lot of vagary. So with this moment that was supposed to be this big consequential thing, the vagary might have been, it sounds weird because the last thing I want to be like is be more expositional. It might have been a little too vague where I'm like, I think I need a little bit more so I can connect to the moment here of all this violence and kill me now. It's like the voicing of Immortal sounded very it was just like one note of like like the whole time. And
a little whiny.
Yeah, a little whiny cry, and I'm like every time and that's and it was the continuation of the almost there with Immortal the whole time. I'm like, I wish I could really connect to this moment. And that was the thing is I think the idea world violence, but then I'll touch on that a little bit later, but I wish there was a little bit more, just something so I could latch onto it to have a weight to like the killing of Immortal and perhaps the looming threat of what might come, because there was like these little douses of sentences. And that's the other part with Invincible, the show, is they've set up a lot of things over the last 3 seasons, so to me I'm like, how much weight do I really place on this right now with my heart? Because I kind of feel like this show often sets up a lot of things that we don't really get back to till way later.
No, yeah. And I think I kind of had that sentiment in the last episode where we're recording, is that, a lot of stuff is being set up, and with a comic book, it's structured differently. But with this show, we only have 8 episodes a season. So it feels like we should be like cramming a lot more plot into what's happening while balancing it with character, and I felt like this episode specifically didn't have that balance. Like we loved last episode. I really, really enjoyed the plot mixed with the character complications last one, but I think from an emotional point of view, it felt a little repetitive because it didn't feel like we added a lot to that conversation. Now, kind of to add to what you were saying, when we do get the reveal of Invincible, the show is playing on our expectations that they are hiding who this is, knowing that we've set up stuff about Mark and his own internal fear about being like his father, and then his brother being like his father. So then when we get the reveal of Immortal, it feels a little underwhelming, coupled with the fact that they are being vague about the future of what's happening. It's like, I don't know, it felt like we were expecting a big bag as like a character revolution or something to reveal something more about the character, but it felt like when we get there, it's a substitute teacher. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, we know Immortal doesn't die, and we know that he's had lots of wives and stuff. So it's like, okay, we're just gonna kill him again because we've seen him die like 3 or 4 times.
I might pose this though as a little bit of a question. It might have been because I really trust these writers, right? So I'm wondering if perhaps they were setting all that up to pose the question of, is there a necessity for some type of Viltrumite king for the future? Because we don't know the specifics of what went down, of why someone had to be in place.
Well, what we do know from last season is that the Viltrumites spared Mark because they were like, okay, we want you to prep Earth for being conquered.
Yeah.
And what it seems like is that he did conquer, but then he left Immortal to keep that title. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. That made me think of, okay, what is future Mark's relationship with the Viltrum Empire if he did eventually become king of Earth like the Viltrumites wanted him to do in the first place?
And in the present, where he's attacking like the Pentagon, going headstrong first in and doing these actions that terrify Cecil, the stuff he was scared of Omni-Man about. So I think there are components there. It's just, I think it might take a while. I mean, just for our subjective view, I'm not going to speak for all we know, there's thousands of you watch this and you're just like, we don't agree with you at all. And I've been there many times. So yeah, like that's totally fine if you don't. That's just like the initial impression. Mm-hmm. I will say what I really did like though is I buy Amber and Mark already having been in love. I keep calling her Eve, Amber. I do. She's just, and I did that in my
ex's name.
I know. I would do that in my own head when I'm watching the show by myself. She looks like an Amber to me.
I get it.
She does. She looks like an Amber. Eve and Mark.
Samantha
Eve Wilcox. Is that what's her last name?
I think so. I don't remember.
But Eve and Mark, them falling in love, or at least confessing to that. I buy. You see in the last season with Amber and Mark when they are together, of how he can't confide in her. She can't. He has no one to really identify with. The isolation. So the kickoff with this of them getting together and showing that like he can go through the craziest out of world experience that no one could possibly identify on him with or sympathize with him on. But now he's actually got that where he can go through something terrible and then through the love with her, he can feel like it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
sense of safety there. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that component, a lot actually. That's probably my favorite aspect of this episode. When they are breaking out of the Viltrumite though, it was the first time in Invincible though, where I'm watching a lot of violence and I'm like, yeah, it's really gory and everything, but this feels a little empty. You know?
I think what would have helped with that is because that entire part was from the VOP, the voiceover perspective of what's his name, Alan, right? But I feel like if it was more balanced and we got to see more of Omni-Man's perspective and his pain and his shame going into that, coupled with Alan trying to pull him out of that,
I wish we just.
I feel like it would have been more rich.
I think what would have helped is if we actually spent any time with them beyond like a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Throughout this, because then you are just kind of rehashing shit we already heard before, and it seems like there's a lack of depth to it. It's like we spent time in prison together, but I'm like, I didn't get the time to. I didn't get any sense, or even in the passage of time, I didn't feel like there was any development of their friendship, really.
Yeah, because I don't think we've seen them since the beginning
not that they need
of the
to be
season.
best friends or something, but clearly it was enough to move Omni-Man. You know?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. When I say that this feels like I feel like worse has a strong negative connotation. But that being said, even when the show is so strong, even when it's on its weaker episodes, it's still entertaining. Like I wasn't bored. I wasn't not shitting on the episode. I think that
But this should have been a huge moment, though.
It should have been a big moment.
I think this should be like a big okay, we definitely know Omni-Man's.
We should be excited
now. Yeah,
yeah, and I don't feel excited. It feels like, because we only have 8 episodes, each episode should feel like a chapter, and this felt like setup. Because of that, I'm like, okay, well, I know that the next episode, the rest of the season is going to be interesting. I'm excited for that, but it's just this particular episode, and I was like, okay, we're stepping slightly forward with information we already knew, or stuff we felt like was already going to happen, rather than being had our perspectives broadened by new information or new steps. Like Oliver killing the Moeller twins, that was huge. In contrast with what Mark was trying to do, I thought last episode was brilliant. So to go into this episode and feel largely like it's kind of talking at us in the same points we've already explored, feels like it's not really moving the needle all that much further, even though it kind of is from like a relationship standpoint. We got the stuff in the beginning with Rex and with Shrinking Ray. That's like, okay, we're getting a little bit more of their relationship. We're getting, and then we're getting stuff with the new teen team or whatever their new name's going to be, like briefly, and then a lot of it's just the time travel stuff and the Omni-Man and the Alan stuff. So, like I said, it's setting up, it's moving the needle, but I'm like, we have so much to explore. We didn't even really get a development on the Oliver stuff. We didn't really get a development on the who the hell is spying on Mark stuff. And I'm like, bro, I guess we got 4 more episodes, so we got a whole half of season to explore the rest of the stuff. I just wish that this one was a little bit more full, rather than spending a lot of time rehashing things we already felt. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to cut to any of those storylines, though. Is that what you're saying? I want to understand that.
I mean,
I didn't feel
because
like
we did the stuff with.
I just wish what they told was stronger.
I wish what they told was stronger, but we already last episode we got the confirmation of Eve and Mark, and we got to see his guilt and where he was going. Granted, I think that's still important because I feel like that's been a lot of their relationship, and him being able to talk about the immediacy of him going to the other plan or to the future. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. Okay, they're saying they love you to each other. Okay, cool. But then I wish rather than recapping, we would have just thrown us in, or so we wouldn't have to do that big recap. I feel like that's just kind of wasting a lot of time. We could plant those seeds of what building up to the breakout moment in episodes 2 and 3. So that way, by the time we get here, we do have more time to revel in that that victory of Omni-Man kind of switching sides.
Man, I think it's like a huge deal that he didn't just like go to another planet, you know, like something solely separate that he could ignore.
Yeah,
he went to the future. Like he time traveled to the future. I know he's been to like other universes and shit and been lost in time. So he's gone through some big things, but this is his Earth and his timeline. And when he gets back, he's like, yeah, he seems like bummed, but we don't really get a gestate. And I think there'd be more concern, or it would feel more impactful if it really seemed like Mark was beyond it, like really disturbed and worried and truly like there's something feels grave about the future ahead.
You know what it also was? It felt like a softer version of Mark going to like the end of season 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I'm like, okay, it feels also him going to the future, seeing what it could become. It felt kind of inconsequential. It felt like another day at the office.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, is that it feels like his response to it afterwards was not as heavy or weighty.
But also the way the show treats it. It feels like just because when it first happened, I'm like, okay, this feels very, very comic booky, like something that would happen in an issue of a comic. But because this show has trained us to be a lot more deep or a lot more elevated than just the traditional run-of-the-mill type of storyline, it felt like, not that it was bad, but it went down to the level of what you'd expect from just like an issue of a comic rather than a chapter of a TV show adapting a comic.
Yeah. Oh, well. I'm sure the rest of the season will pick up.
Yeah.
I've heard apparently the season, like we were fortunate enough to watch like the first 4 before reviews came out, this one. But as today I saw early social media, at the time I filmed this, we saw early social media talk about the season being great. So I trust that. And I'm sure it's another, I mean, after the quality of episodes 2 and 3, I'm like, I'd be very surprised if it just like
falls off,
stayed like this. Yeah. I'm sure it'll pick back up. I'm sure the setup will be worth it in the end.
Definitely. Yeah. Like I said, I still enjoy the show. I like these characters a lot. I was just hoping for more enriching experience. But yeah, I am excited to see what happens next.
We'll find out. Tune in next week to see if Greg and Aaron now like the show. Leave a like on this video on your way out if you can, or not. Comment your hate. Doesn't matter to us. It's all engagement, baby. See ya.